I'm Victor Devon,
I'm petrified
and this is Tonight.
on Murder, She Wrote. Oh, this is that backlot. This is the Little Europe set,
Oh yeah, this is Epcot right here.
basically. This is Epcot that hasn't been cleaned in a few days. That's that.
So the show is done. It was a massive hit.
There are references to her being the next Chanel.
Givenchy, move over.
No, I don't think so.
We will not be doing that. We will not be. We will
No,
not be
no.
placing bets
That's
on the
all.
tailored look, the Lord and tailored look, maybe.
When they were having champagne after the show and Lou was still in the blue sequin, I was like, take that shit off.
I
It's
know.
couture. Take that shit off.
I know.
Might as well eat a spaghetti dinner, for God's sakes.
Tonight on Murder, She Wrote.
I heard a shot cross my mind. It might be a champagne cork.
We may be involved with pornography and
Perhaps blackmail and pornography. Oh, not even my birthday.
Here, the champagne cork.
That's how you know we're starting season 4 with a bang, people.
You know it.
Hey, I'm Victor Devon.
I'm petrified. And
You're
this
welcome.
is...
See, I fucked it up. I got in my head. And this is
Tonight
Tonight
on
on
Murder, She Wrote.
She Wrote season 4,
4.
everybody. Who knew?
4 is my lucky number.
Typically mine as well. You know I'm
Oh.
fourth generation, right?
Are you? I was born
My
on the
legal
4th.
My legal
that's
name. Yes,
right.
happy belated birthday.
Oh, thanks.
How
You
you
know,
feeling?
I'm feeling okay. I spent my birthday in bed with food poisoning, so
Yay!
a good way to start my
Getting
year on Earth.
getting 29 off to a good start.
You know what? My final years on this planet.
Uh, I get you. Yeah, I turned 43 in September, and for some reason that seems so much older than 42. I don't know why. I mean, not that I'm like I don't really care, but not
Yeah,
not like in a very strong
what is the tipping point into middle age? When do we
40s.
get there? Is it 40s? I know they say over the
I
hill is 40, but that 40 feels so young still.
It does, but if it's middle age, you're thinking you're going to live till 80,
Yeah,
and that's not the medium. So,
fair. I mean, I guess
I
I
mean,
think
really,
of
you
middle
can't know
age
middle
as
age
being
until
the middle of your adult life. You know what I mean? In some
it's
ways,
so
like
fucked
1
up if
through
you think about
18
it.
feels so inconsequential and like a wash. You know what
Hmm.
I mean?
Which the formative years, but it's confusing also because I mean, I grew up. I shouldn't say we, because technically, while we have generation common, technically we're two different ones.
Because
Um,
you're end of X, right?
I'm a millennial, zennial.
Ah, that
You're a
zennial
zennial.
quality. No, I'm a proper millennial.
Are you?
Yeah, I think
What year
so.
are you?
85.
Why did I think you were a little bit younger than
I think
that?
millennial is like 84 to 96. That's what they say.
No one can. Okay, well, no
The
one can agree.
Pluto
But
in Scorpio generation, that's what I'm a part of.
when Pluto no longer became a planet,
Oh no. They
yeah.
discarded
See,
us. They said, no, no.
they said,
Everybody discounts a millennial. What can I say?
I know,
Including the
and everyone
scientists.
everyone loves Pluto because it reminds them of the dog.
Arf, arf.
Um, even though it's a god, but that's okay.
You know.
Um,
I still can't get
yeah.
over the
So
fact that Mickey Mouse, a mouse who could talk, had a dog, Pluto, who couldn't.
and had a best friend who was a dog who
Yeah,
could. Yeah,
Goofy,
yeah.
Dippy Dog. Ah,
The
the world is weird.
where was I going with that?
I don't know. I
85.
derailed you.
You did, and I'm confused now.
We were
Where
talking
was
about
I?
millennial versus xennial versus.
Yeah. Oh, I grew up. That's where it is. I grew up thinking that 64, maybe 62 was retirement age.
Isn't it 67 now?
I, at this point, who can afford to retire?
Honestly, we're all gonna be working until we're dead in the
So
ground.
the sh thick of retirement is already. I mean, they're getting they're allowing people to get jobs earlier and earlier under the auspices that it's disciplining and motivational.
Yeah,
But
that's
yet
a
we
big
also
smoke
say let
screen.
kids be kids. Don't tell them that trans people exist. So we're
You know what the
we're
difference
all
is?
kinds of
Money.
stuff.
People who
Yeah,
have money let kids be kids, and people who don't
capitalism,
let
the
kids
true
be
villain.
slaves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Burn the house down.
Well, burn the house down. Um, well, not even happy birthday.
Oh, thanks. My heart is warm.
I have a show recommendation.
Tell us.
So, Rob, my husband and I just finished watching season three of Dark Winds, which is a series that is on AMC Plus. It also has availability in Netflix in some territories. I don't know what seasons though. And we watched the first season on Prime, the second season on Hoopla, which is a library program.
Huh.
And we finally bit the bullet because AMC was running like a really everything must go sale, and we got we got it for the year. So we watched season three, and we will be starting season four soon.
This is
Um,
Nightwing? Nightwings?
Night Winds.
Winds.
Wait, Dark Winds. Dark Winds. Did I say
Dark
Night
Winds.
Winds?
I think so, but I could have heard you wrong.
Son of a bitch. Dark Winds.
Oh, we're off to a great start.
Or Dark Winds, which
Dark Winds. You probably
is
say it right.
has an indigenous cast. So I believe the it is based in Navajo Nation, but it is a Lakota lead actor, and he is a lieutenant. It is interesting because ACAB, but they're also dealing with forces outside of their control, with white supremacy being at the forefront of most law enforcement.
Yeah.
This also takes place in the 70s, so it is a period piece. There is some supernatural as metaphor, or is it elements to it because it also deals with native lore and native folklore, and that folklore sometimes has literal properties. So there are
Ooh.
actual witches. Whether or not they are capable of witchcraft, well, that's up to the viewer. If there are monsters depicted in some vein, it's up to you whether or not that is a metaphor in certain elements.
Hmm.
Uh, there was I wouldn't call it, I mean, it was, I guess, like in the grandest of schemes, season three features a dream sequence, a prolonged dream sequence, which you could view as like a vision quest, or you could view as like a supernatural element of storytelling through dreams, which is part of native culture, part of a lot of cultures.
Yeah.
I imagined that it was going to be a very divisive episode amongst the fandom, and I was correct. I googled it, and I was like, oh yeah, there are people who have very strong feelings about whether or not this episode should have existed because it is so much further into Twin Peaks land
Yeah. People
than
do not love a dream sequence. People become very vitriolic about it,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Well, or they love it, or it's their favorite.
Yeah.
I'm reminded of the Buffy episode Restless, which I don't know if you were a Buffy watcher.
No, I never watched Buffy. I saw the movie.
Season four ends with multiple dreams that sum up a lot of the earlier season and give us hints for the future season that
Hmm.
we don't know yet if you're watching it in order. But it is somewhat hyper realistic and then sometimes fantastical and stupid and silly and a lot of
Yeah.
inside jokes, and so it doesn't really work as an outside episode. You kind of have
Hmm.
to know what the hell you're watching, but it's also really good TV. Here we find out some of the motivations of our lead character and see certain characters in through his eyes, and I was very pleased with it.
Yeah.
But I would be happy. I would be happy if it did lean more into the Twin Peaks element as well. I like a supernatural noir
I mean, I
show.
whenever things get a little spooky, ghosty, mystical, I lean in
Yeah.
a little bit. I like that too.
Yeah.
When it's too real,
So,
it's too real. Let's be honest.
well, and this is the thing also, is this is grounded in reality. I mean, the main thrust of season three is a unsolved murder, the secrets of a marriage that are something is wedged between them, um, and possible human trafficking. So it reminded me actually a little bit. It does have some Twin Peaks element to it, but it also reminds me a lot of Fargo,
Hmm.
if you're familiar with both the film and the series. I watched about 5 seasons of the series. I don't know how many they ended up with, but I lost track.
Yeah.
Because I caught up basically, and then I couldn't keep up.
I think
Um,
Kirsten Dunst is fabulous in Fargo.
oh yeah, oh
Oh my
yeah,
God. What a
Jean
highlight for
Smart,
her.
and
Yeah.
there's a lot of really great performances. Chris Rock was
Hmm.
very good in his season. So if you dig it, if you dig sort of a southwestern noir
Hmm.
situation, season one I enjoyed. Season two I really liked, and season three I really liked. So I may actually go back and watch season one just to see if I was prejudicial in some capacity and just hadn't
Sure.
I wasn't ready to watch it if it caught its footing. I'm not quite sure. It could be either way. But very good committed casting. Not a lot of stunt casting, although it is a George R. R. Martin and Robert Redford production. So they threw money at it, and but like the big and in the credits last season was Jenna Elfman. So it's not like they're going for like
Jenna
huge
Elfman.
stunt casting. Exactly, Dharma.
Dharma?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
She plays a Washington agent. Yeah,
I don't think I've heard that name in 20 years.
yeah.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it.
Okay,
There you have
neat.
it. Dark Winds.
Dark Winds. Dark Winds. Are you
So in
boy?
addition to your food poisoning, have you been able to watch anything, or have you just been saying leave it the fuck alone?
I truly was horizontal for about 5 days. No
Well,
TV, no, well, the only difference was I was alone this time.
I'll bet you lie down for it.
No, I didn't
Uh-huh.
watch anything, but I am so excited to start watching something that was just released on
Mm,
Prime, and that is The Other Bennett Sister. As you know, I'm a Jane Austen mega fan.
mm.
I will watch any of it. I will watch every miniseries. I love them all, even the bad ones. And this is a take on the Mary Bennett character, sort of giving her her agency and her story and her her spot in the limelight. And I've heard wonderful things about it. And of course, I've seen about 1,000 clips online, and I've probably spoiled it to high heaven for myself. But I am going to dig in to The Other
Is
Bennett
it
Sister on Prime.
is it basically like Pride and Prejudice fan fiction?
Oh yeah, oh
Okay,
yeah,
but
and of course they make.
it's not based on a proper. It's like Bridgerton or something like that. It's not based on the
That's a good
literal
question. I know it is kind of
characterization.
like. Have you ever heard of the book Longborn? So that
Longborn,
Longborn.
Longborn. No.
Longborn. So that's kind of a take. It's a book written. It's a take on the Pride and Prejudice story from the perspective of the servant class in the Bennett
Oh,
home.
okay.
So that's like one example of, I think, what we're sort of doing here. Let me see.
Alternative events, basically.
Yeah. And then there was Death Comes to Pemberley, which takes place after the events of Pride and Prejudice and is like a murder mystery by P.D. James. That
But
was a great, great book.
it's the same universe.
Same universe, same characters, but essentially elevated fan fiction. Yeah.
Remind
So
me,
this
Pride
is
and Prejudice
another.
is merely historical fiction, right? It's just,
Yes, correct.
yes, it's
It was
not based
written
on anybody.
in the late 1700s by Jane Austen, released in the early 1800s. A story about the Bennett family and the five sisters who need to get married off because they ain't got no money.
Was it contemporary then? It was events taking place?
Oh
It
yeah,
was a, okay.
yeah,
So it was a
and
book
actually,
written about contemporary events then. So it's not
exactly.
historical fiction. Hmm, interesting.
Well, good call. Not historical
It's now
fiction.
become basically, yeah.
It was really a beloved book because I think it was even sent with soldiers over during wars because there's a lot of wit and comedy and lightness to it. So it's really beloved over time. But it wasn't published under Jane Austen's name. It was published by a lady. That's how it was described. And she didn't really have any financial success until after she was dead at 33, I believe. So
Naturally.
yeah, wah, wah, wah.
What is
Is it
that?
33 or
The
37? I can't recall.
is that Regent? No,
Regency.
Regency. That's it.
Regency,
That's
yep.
the
And
yeah.
there's a handful of books: Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Persuasion, Mansfield Park, Emma. I love Emma. It might be my favorite. I know that's a little controversial, but Emma is superb.
Is that controversial?
Northanger
As
Abbey.
I think it's one of her more lauded or known. Anyone from, the Gwyneth Paltrow to Clueless to
Sure. Yeah. Well, and Pride and Prejudice, for that matter, is the modern take might be Bridget Jones's Diary. Have you seen it?
I've seen at least a version of Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
seen Bridget Jones's Diary, yes.
Yeah. So
Uh,
these properties have
Mr.
been around for
Darcy.
so long. Mr.
Mr.
Darcy.
Darcy.
Mr.
Jesus Christ, of
Darcy.
course. Of course.
So that is all to say that I'm really excited to watch The Other Minute Sister. I know I'm going to lap it up, and so I'll probably be talking about it again. Get ready.
Nice.
Get ready. But as of
Prepare,
now,
gird your loins.
gird your loins, baby. I'm going to be insufferable. As if I weren't already.
No.
No.
Uh, well, excellent. Yeah. Other than that, not a lot. Oh, I have some travel coming up, so we're getting a bunch of these in the can before I head out for just a week, but it feels like it's so much longer.
Doesn't it?
But
Yeah.
yeah, well, because I'll be gone. I'm traveling Friday. I don't return until a Monday after a Monday. So that's a
That's
long
a long
time.
trip. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
away from the world for a long time.
Yeah. So I'm performing in Idaho for Boi Lesk for Boise. Yes, a both gender non-conforming yet gender affirming review. And then going to the Burlesque Hall of Fame for the Weekender
Yeah.
to cheer on the legends who are the burlesque folks who came before us, who are either still working or have retired and are basking in our belovedness. But these are performers
Mhm.
who are all over the age of 65 and in some cases much older than 65.
And you know we love
And
it
then
on
also
Broad.
we do. And then we crown a new Miss Exotic World or Mixed Exotic World because that person decides they're honorific because it is non-gendered. And or I should say it's open to all genders. And then if someone so chooses. And while we have had masculine, actually a cisgender winner of Miss Exotic World, they kept the honorific Miss Exotic World. So we've yet to have a Mr. Exotic World. Who's to say it could happen?
Time will
So
tell.
yeah. And the last one I do believe chose mix out of solidarity. So
Hmm.
yeah, should be a lot of fun. It's
Got
sort of like
quite a
a,
trip ahead of
a
you.
a family reunion for a lot of us. So
Oh,
people I
yeah.
only see once a year, basically, if that. So
That's the thing
very
about
nice.
being a performer in nightlife, right? Like you meet so many people all over the place and you bond with them so intensely, but then you don't really see them very often.
Mm-mm. That's one reason I have We Burlesque the podcast is
Yeah.
because that's my chance to really sort of extend the
Yeah.
backstage banter.
Which is
So
half the fun, isn't it?
it's what I do. It's what I mean. What I what
Yeah.
I when I go to a show,
It's what I
I
do.
set
It's
up
what I
shop. I
live
live
for.
for. I set up shop and I let people come to me. Like when I get to Boise, I will go to call. I will do whatever I need to do for tech, and then I will sit in my station and very slowly get ready
Hmm.
while everyone surrounds and I communicate with. You know, it's my probably my favorite part.
Yeah. Yeah. Even
In
those
a in a
little
in a
basement
in a
dressing rooms,
Yeah.
those
Well, actually, I don't even
closets.
know. Actually,
Yeah.
this venue I've never been to, so I'm not even sure. how it's gonna go, but it'll be very nice. I have nice people that I'm housing with, and then I've yet to get my housing for Vegas, but they take
Yeah.
care of me. So yeah, it'll be nice. And
Neat.
then return to the world.
Well, I wish you a good bon voyage.
Thank
It's
you.
a
By the
lot of
time this comes
fun.
out, I think it'll already have
It'll have
happened.
passed, yeah. Yeah.
So,
We'll get an update.
which means then I'll tell you next episode how it went. So,
Perfect. Perfect.
uh, well, we are going to France
Yeah, baby. Season
for Murder,
4,
She
episode
Wrote.
1 is A Fashionable Way to Die.
Not a great title, if we're
No.
being honest.
I'm trying to see the good in it, and
However,
it's just a little
I fully
vague.
believe it as a Jessica Fletcher, J.B. Fletcher novel title.
She would write this
Fully
book,
believe it. She would write this book and she would call it that.
and she would read it
She absolutely
authoritatively.
would, with her loud, authoritative voice. I have to tell you, though, this is one of my favorite episodes.
Is it? Okay, let's
It
get into it.
is. It's got it has one of my favorite performances in A Murder, She Wrote.
Really?
Our, what do you call her? Mistress character.
Chanteuse,
Yeah,
our cabaret
she's,
singer.
I do, she has two great song moments. I find her utterly fascinating and enchanting. I like the episode. I like a lot of the how we get there. I think
Hmm.
it's a very fulfilling episode in my estimation.
It's
So we're starting
fun. It's
strong here.
it's a good snack, this one. I will admit.
It
It's like a
and it's
go to
a
the pantry, pick
fantastic
out
return
something
to form.
salty and sweet, and just munch it down.
Yeah,
I mean, I
it's
have
a
some problems with
fantastic
it,
return to form. Do you?
but
Okay,
we'll
and
we'll
that's
talk
you know
about it. Yeah.
what? I love having problems with
Me
things.
too. Me too.
So,
It's my favorite thing to bitch. So let's get it going.
and
Let's start.
considering how, in my opinion, until episode four, like after this, the next two episodes are odd and they're a little uneven for me. This is a very strong, and then I'm looking forward to what else we have going on the rest of the season. Looking at the list, it's just a lot of really good shit.
Some really fun
But
ones coming up. Yeah.
let's return to
Let's
our
dive in. To have an episode where fashion is a center point is fun already because we love talking about that, right? And I have some opinions about what we see.
about the fashions.
This will be fun for the Instagram. Yes.
Well, we have to take into account. So this was released September 20th, 1987.
Right.
What was happening in 1987, fashion wise, is a different world than what we're accustomed to
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Contemporaneously speaking, I think much of the fashion that we see makes a lot of sense
Hmm.
if you look up what
Yeah.
was going on at the time.
The fashion makes sense. What I'm really interested in is the idea of a fashion collection
Uh,
because we see a fashion collection showcased here, right?
disparate.
Disparate.
They are
Indeed.
not,
This is not a collection of fashion.
no.
This is a
Do we know
wide
who
array assortment.
do we know who designed the pieces?
No,
Are they credited anywhere? I
let's
don't
see
know.
here. Not that I saw when I was doing my little research moment.
So just this is this we begin at Valerie's performance
Valérie Berger,
at
chanteuse.
is it Soirs? How would you Soirs?
Soirs? Swao.
I'm sure they say it. I'm sure they say it.
Swao.
I'm reminded of the film Sabrina, specifically the Julia Ormond Harrison Ford one, because that's the one I grew up with. No
Hmm.
disrespect to Audrey Hepburn,
Of course not.
but there's a part in it where she says, "I can hear them playing Levy and Rose. They do it for the tourists, but I'm surprised. I'm always surprised at how much it touches me." Um, that is
I mean, it's very
probably a
fitting that
terrible,
she's singing La Vie en Rose right
you
here. Yeah.
know, and gorgeously,
On the
gorgeously.
note.
This
Do you
Look
think
at
it's
this woman.
gorgeous?
I do. Do you not like her singing?
I think it's a little unengaged for me, to be honest. See, right off the bat, We're gonna clash. I don't think it's bad. I think it's lovely. She's definitely not singing it on that set. It's lip syncing,
No.
right?
Well,
And it's
that's
so
probably a mechanic issue.
soft. I mean, maybe part of me wants that Eddie Piaf, like grind into it. Ah, you know what I mean? I want that sort of growl about it, and I'm missing that a little bit here. It's very soft, gentle, ethereal, floaty. And she performs it that way. And it's, I mean, look at her bending her neck back and holding the microphone up in the air. I appreciate, but it's not my favorite vocal performance.
It is an unchallenging version of the song.
That's it.
And that is very tourist heavy.
Hmm.
That I mean, I think if a lot of people heard Edith Piaf, they'd be possibly a little surprised because it is gravelly
Yeah.
and it's not a happy song. It's about wanting to see through life through rose-colored
Right.
glasses.
I mean, even if you've heard the Star is Born Gaga version, which is much gristly, more gristly. This is a very
Yeah,
like
well, I have my own opinions about how Gaga does standards, but I don't think she has the
can of worms.
I don't think she's a good enough actress, frankly. Or I don't think
Gasp.
or I don't like how she plays those parts because I don't believe any of it.
Do you think Gaga
There's
is a
no
good actor in
personality.
general?
I don't know. I've seen enough of her. I didn't watch Joker 2. I have no
Yeah,
interest in
nor
seeing.
I.
I did watch Hotel, but Hotel is overacting. That's
It's
that like it's
I
she
did not
fit,
like Hotel. I mean, I don't love AHS in general. She
sure.
was fine, but she does best when she's playing something really out there, right? Really scenery chewing. I don't know that. I mean, no, I
Yeah.
sort of take that
I
back. I
didn't
think
see
she's good
Gucci
in Star Is
either.
Born.
So I mean I don't know, frankly.
Yeah.
But vocally speaking, her songs have no character.
Oh, they're coming with pitchforks.
You
They're
know what?
coming. They're
Welcome.
coming.
And I don't mean that and I don't mean that for her pop music. And that's what I think is so odd is that when I listen to so I'm gonna pause this because we're gonna have a chat about chanteuses here.
Hmm.
When I listen to a one-woman show, if I listen to my broads, if I listen to my B. Arthur, if I listen to my Barbara Cook, if I listen to my Elaine Stritch, if I listen to, Eartha
Hmm.
Kitt, my folks who talk between sets,
Sure.
I get a point of view and a perspective, often colored or dramatically sketched out as a reflection of what they've been through. Your Judy Garlands. There is not a whole lot on Gaga's traditional pop albums, even her stuff with Tony Bennett, and I'm including Harlequin for that's Harlequin for her traditional pop music. There is nothing in those songs that tell you anything about what she's gone through or been through or going to happen, in my view.
Okay.
It's all pastiche. It's all pastiche. I didn't even get a sense of Harleen Quinzel in Harlequin when I didn't get any sense of, oh, this is a character that she's going through.
Hmm.
And I know everyone hates the Madonna versus Gaga moment. No one hates it more than I do. The only thing I hate more than a Gaga versus Madonna moment is a B. Arthur versus Betty White moment. It's tired. It's tired.
Tired. We've had enough.
Um, but if you listen to I'm Breathless, which is a concept album from the perspective of Breathless Mahoney, singing contemporaneous music to her character, as well as songs that were written for her character by Stephen Sondheim,
Hmm.
that then get to Vogue. We get there. We don't start there, which then bridges that gap. Now I'm following you. Part two bridges that gap in a very bat dance kind of way. You get more of a sense of who Breathless Mahoney and who Madonna is playing as Breathless Mahoney in Something to Remember and in Sooner or Later and in What Can You Lose than you ever get in La Vie en Rose by Lady Gaga, in my view. That does not make Madonna a better actress, but she is a pop star who is singing stuff like that. If I listen to Cyndi Lauper's Chanteuse album, I get a sense of who Cyndi Lauper is, and even act to act, what characterization she is playing. I get a Brechtian fucking
Hmm.
role, which is it makes sense to me. I don't get that. And I'm not mad at it. It's pretty music, some of it,
Interesting.
but it's not my
Interesting.
vibe.
Okay. All right.
And a
All
lot
right.
of it is very safe. A lot of it is very safe to me.
Hmm. Okay.
Now I'm coming from an acting perspective. I'm not even discussing technique. I'm not discussing
Sure.
any of that. I'm also I'm a professional, but I'm what do you call it when you're self-taught? When you're, I'm not
Like an
trained,
autodidact or
I guess. I mean, I am trained to a certain degree. I have theatrical training, but I argued with my acting teacher the whole time. So
you would.
I would.
You totally would.
Mm, mm. I
Okay,
disagreed.
this is fascinating. Okay, okay, all right, all right, all right. I have to sit with this. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I I do think Gaga is a really fine actor. I don't know
Sure.
that her singing standards with Tony Bennett is really the showcase for that, which is kind of a shame because those songs are meant to be really sort of easy access points for acting moments, right? I mean, even
Mm.
when I was in theater school, those standards were the ways that when you're sort of starting that training and that technique and learning those skills, that those are the entry points for how to access character and experience and perspective and circumstance and problem and objective and things like that. So I don't know that I see what you mean by pastiche, absolutely. I also can't sort of separate that from the performance in something like A Star Is Born where she is singing sort of that folk music and it feels
Oh, she was
quite
great in Stars
authentic,
Born. I
right?
thought
And
she was
just
really
really,
great.
I
Yeah.
thought she was the best part of the movie. Bradley Cooper can go
Yeah.
shit on a brick. I don't care about him. Give me 2 hours of Gaga, none of that other nonsense. And I think she has a real presence on the screen that's hard to deny. And of course, I think vocally, she is so far and away more skilled than most singers out there. That,
Sure.
and you know me, the entry point for me is always going to be the voice and what it can do. So,
Mhm.
and this is not to disparage someone like Madonna or her work doing what she did,
I
but
already am regretting bringing her up because I don't like that comparison.
right, right. Did you know
But
that
it's
B. Arthur
another
and Betty White
example of
always
a
ate lunch together, even though they hated each other?
I it's but even so someone like, and again, she was just another pop star who I was trying to think, I'm trying to think of. I gave you Cyndi Lauper. Who else is a I've wanted standards from so many contemporary pop stars
Yeah.
these days.
Didn't Mandy
Um,
Moore have an album of standards?
it was they were sort of so I know what you're referring to, and they were really more songs from like the 70s, because
Yeah.
it was like Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters
Oh,
and
sure. Which is quite perfect for
I feel
her.
the earth move, things like that.
Yeah. We're really going on
And
a
it,
rabbit hole, aren't we?
well, and that was real. I really would say more of like her Carole King sort of album.
Oh, I love Carol King. I love Carol King. Oh my
I mean
God, I
that
love
specific
Carol
era of
King.
Carole King, not like the
Yes, yes.
chiffons era of
Fair.
Carole King, but
Right.
uh, I mean, but that said, I mean that also lends itself to a certain theatricality as well. Yeah. So I mean, I love a cover of the Great American Songbook. Our Berlins, our Cole Porters, our
Me
Gershwins,
too. Me
our
too.
Lynn.
Anything Berlin will get me going.
So I mean, I guess one of the things that I find appropriate about this version that we're seeing in this episode that we
Hmm.
were watching 8.5 minutes ago, that's my fault, is that she
How
is
dare
in
you talk
character.
about things on a podcast? How
She is
dare
in
you?
character singing to tourists.
She's singing
So
to
it makes
tourists. That
perfect
is that is the
sense.
key here. She is singing to tourists. And you're absolutely right. It's very fitting. I
This is
didn't love
brunch.
the performance, but
Yeah.
it's
It's
very
fine.
correct for what's happening here. And even sort of the panache and the way she moves and the way she's sort of, like I said, holding that microphone up above her while
It's
her neck
so
rears back. It's so full
it's
of
so
drama and
contrived in
mood
a
and
in a an appropriate way,
yeah.
I
I mean,
feel. Do you
this
like her
reminds me of
version
my
of
cabaret show.
Oh, I can't believe I didn't think of Barbara Streisand as part of my,
Oh,
contemporary
sure.
artist singing traditional pop. I mean, her first several albums, that's what she did.
Yeah.
I fully believe her. She's young, and I fully believe her in the
Oh,
first three albums.
she's magnetic. Oh, we're talking about
Um,
Barbara here too. Okay, yes.
yeah,
But this character,
yeah.
Juliette Prowse, is who we're talking about, playing Valerie Boucher. She is very magnetic. She is fun to watch. She's fun to pay attention to. She grips
Yeah.
attention.
Do you like her version of Autumn Leaves, which occurs at the end?
Yeah.
Ah,
Similarly, I think I we'll get to it, but I think that would have been a really great moment to give us something a little grittier. But as a consummate professional performing for the tourist crowd, she showed up to work and did exactly what she needed to do, right? But I thought it would have been a great opportunity for a meteor performance in that moment, considering what we know to pass.
okay.
Okay,
Well, interesting. Very
let's
interesting.
let's go on.
Yeah. This is actually Julia Prowse's final screen credit,
It
which is
is, yeah.
interesting. She would die almost a decade later, but she died in 96. Very young, 59.
Yeah.
So she's still vital here, but this is only a woman in her 40s.
Yeah,
And
she's quite young.
she's
And she looks
really
it too. She's really beautiful. This fire red Lucille Ball hair.
yeah, the makeup choice is a little much for me. I would have
The blue
chosen a deeper
eyeshadow.
lip.
The
No,
turquoise eyeshadow. What do you think of that?
you know, I mean, I live. It's the pink lipstick that I don't love.
Yeah. Although in
Uh,
fairness, Jessica's lipstick in this episode is also not the correct shade.
yeah, pink is hard for white women, I find. I
Yeah, I
think
agree.
pink often works better with folks with deeper complexions.
Couldn't agree more.
Um, but I mean,
Whenever
this show has they shellac. I mean, we talk about season one of Golden Girls where they are all going to bed in full face. Every episode, you can see that because these are often older people,
hmm
just they weren't ready for HD. You can see in every wrinkle,
Oh
every
yeah.
crease, this pancake makeup.
Well, and Juliet here looks like she
And I
spent
love it.
about 2 months on the French Riviera. She is bronzed,
I
bronze
love it.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah, she is a woman who ah, I think we get a really good sense of who she is.
Yeah.
And we meet Maxime, her lover, who is rich and powerful and is
Maxime
chatting up her
Soury.
daughter.
Yeah.
Suri?
Souris.
Uh, they're at her little cabaret show
hmm
here, surrounded by Lautrec paintings and, the obvious.
We're in Paris
It's such
after all,
a,
right?
yeah, it's
The Moulin
so,
Rouge is around the corner.
we literally go to the Eiffel Tower in like 20
I
seconds.
know. So Kim is Valerie. I'm gonna say it like that the whole time. Get ready for it. Be
Valerie.
annoyed. Be annoyed. Kim is Valerie's daughter, and she wants to be a model. Kim wants to be a model, and Maxime Soury is the business partner of who we will soon meet, Eva Taylor, who has
Yes.
just designed a collection to be shown in Paris, her very first collection. And right off the bat, Maxime is a little sketch because he's like, she's going to make me rich. This designer is going to make me wealthy. I
And
also love the
yeah,
anti-American sentiment throughout the episode. There are many like little digs at Americans by these French people. These French people with terrible accents, mind you.
I know
Terrible
several, some
accents.
some of whom are familiar faces.
Uh-huh.
Pornography, who we heard in the opening
Pornographie.
montage. That's Fritz Weaver. He's back
Sure is.
again.
His third and final appearance on Murder, She Wrote here. And probably
Indeed.
his meatiest, too.
Oh
We meet
yeah.
Ava.
And her gay assistant.
Oh,
It's representation, everybody.
Peter Appleyard is Appleyard is this guy's name. Peter Appleyard.
No.
What a sweetie. I actually
He's
love that he's here.
he's so pretty.
He's very pretty.
He
He's
is
playing.
so pretty.
I mean, we assume he's playing a queer character, but it's not loud. It's very gentle, very subdued,
Grounded.
not
It's
flamboyant.
grounded.
He's just a person, and I really like that.
he's not a bitch, and he's not
No.
a pansy in the
Mm-mm.
traditional sense, but
He's a professional.
yeah, this is his job, and he's very passionate about it.
He's a
And
great
he is
relationship with
important
Ava.
because he's Ava's right arm.
Hmm.
And
He's the Stanley
she
Tucci to her
really,
Meryl Streep, right?
yeah, yeah, in a very real way. And while, I mean, one could argue that he's sort of not given a whole lot, the fact that it is a non-issue.
Yeah.
And so just so that the audience knows, he was in fact homosexual, the actor. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that all gay men who play in shows are automatically, but we're gay. We have gay friends. We're
We're
allowed to
allowed to say.
speculate.
It's lovely when a character like
Um,
this gives dignity to a gay character too. It's really
yes.
nice. It's really,
And
really
especially like
refreshing.
he's another one that we lost
Yeah, he
due to the
died in
AIDS
92,
crisis.
unfortunately.
Yeah. So Maxime, who we did not say also is married. So he's not married to Valerie. He's married
No.
to Mrs. Footy, who is coming
Hmm.
to town. And Valerie has to make herself scarce because even though
Yeah.
the wife knows about her, it's just improper
How very fucking
to
French,
have
right?
how French,
Your wife, your mistress, your side piece. Tomato,
you
tomato.
know. But he has just blown Ava's mind here because he says, "Oh, so she's so excited. She met Lou Waters, who
Lou
is sort of
Waters.
like our
She's our Linda
who
Evangelista here.
exactly
Yeah. And she is gorgeous, I might
she
add. She
is."
is beautiful. Played by Randi Brooks. We haven't seen her yet, but she met her and talked her into being a model in her show. And of course, she costs $10,000. You know, she
So she
wouldn't go
goes to
to bed for
Maxime.
a penny less than 10 grand. So,
It's currency. It's French currency.
right?
Um, but so she needs to go to Maxime for I want to pause this for a second because I've never noticed this detail and I'm about to say something. She goes to Maxime, who's her financier, and he immediately extorts her,
Yeah,
saying, "Well, then you better make me a partner because I'm not giving you any more money unless I get my name on the deed, basically, to your
yeah.
business."
I'll give you the 10K if I can have 50% of your business, which is how he was planning to make his riches off of this American business partner. So he's a dick already. I think
He's
we
a
know where this is
dick.
going.
I mean, to be fair, if this was presented in a different way, he would be
Hmm.
savvy. He
Yeah,
would be maybe an opportunist, but he would be boss bitch if the roles were reversed.
yeah,
But we're given every clue here that he is oily and a snake,
yeah.
so we don't like him. And who
No.
hears this but our dramatic assistant clutching a red purse
A
and a
beautiful
red
red
dress,
satin
which will become
purse.
very important very soon. Well, not very soon,
Hmm.
but in a while.
Yeah,
That purse shows up a couple of times.
yeah.
I've never noticed he's holding it until
I
now.
haven't either, actually, come to think of it.
Yeah, I love it.
A nice
Uh,
little Easter egg here.
yeah. So
So Eva
Ava's already
Taylor,
going to
yeah,
lose her big deal, making financial success by giving half of it away.
just so she can have this famous model in her show.
I think it's with or without, actually, at this point. I think he's basically saying, by the way, this is the
Yeah,
deal now.
yeah.
Because there's no way that everything is paid for. There's no
No.
way that everything in the world, yeah.
Oh, he's slimy. Oh, he's
Yeah.
slimy. Ava is played by Barbara Rush, who I think is quite good in this episode too, if not
Yeah.
a little weak sometimes. She is from a lot
She's
of work in the
vulnerable.
50s and 60s. She was in Robin Hood, Robin and the Seven Hoods. She was in It Came from Outer Space, so a lot of
A
B
lot of
work
genre pieces.
when
Yeah.
worlds collide. But she's great in this. She's Jessica's friend. Oh, first we got to clock the extra. Jessica's body double.
Completely.
Oh my gosh.
Completely.
Many times we see this body double in this episode, and it's so glaringly bad. At
It's
some points, we
not
actually see
Angela
her face,
Lansbury.
and she looks like
Yeah.
she's 29 years old.
Well,
And you know what bothers me more
we
than
are,
anything? It's that this
yeah.
poor body double does not have the gait of Angela Lansbury, which is very distinct, right?
What you think you would hire for?
Right.
You're not hiring for facial recognition. You're
No.
hiring for
We need to
body.
see the body, right? We're
This is
only
not a
seeing her from the
stand-in.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah. We're at the Eiffel Tower here, of course, because
of
where else
course.
where else would you have dinner in Paris but in the Eiffel Tower
Yep,
at the
it
Jules
is
Verne
fully not her
restaurant?
face.
No.
Lot
It's
of wide
bad.
angles to close ups, but again, they didn't expect us to be watching at this resolution.
No. This would have been on a little box.
Little box, grainy little box.
In
Yeah,
color
none
if
of
you're
this was
lucky.
filmed. None of this was actually. None of Angela's scenes were filmed in Paris.
Oh no, they were all filmed in California. Actually, I looked at the filming locations, and one of the prominent ones, we see this outdoor Paris cafe or the club outside, right? And it was actually
Mm,
filmed in Little Europe in the studio backlot.
there you go.
Yeah. So even those body double shots that are not Lansbury are still not filmed in Paris.
But
So how do
Jessica's
they
so
know each
excited
other?
that her friend.
We don't really know. They're just buds.
I want to say that the idea is that they went to school together.
Sounds plausible. Yeah.
Yeah, or that they met somehow. I get the impression that we're meant to believe that she's a former Quebecovian, or at the very least wherever she was from before then. She knew Frank.
See, this lipstick on Jessica. It just does not work. It does not work. It washes her out. Her makeup has changed. It is different, right? Like her face looks slightly
Season
different
four,
here.
yeah, this is a different face. This is a
Yeah,
different face.
they've hired someone
Um,
new to. They fired the last makeup artist after all that cheek fallout from the last episode.
well, I mean, we don't know this was filmed first. This, or how, or what situation. So,
What order these
just because
episodes are
this is
filmed?
our premiere doesn't
Right,
necessarily mean that it was.
right.
But it's also kind of the palette for everyone else here.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell that every woman here was done by the same
Oh
makeup
yeah.
team,
Oh yeah.
which is a mistake. That
It is
should
a
never
mistake.
be because one
Well,
person is not doing all of our makeup.
the coloring works for some of them and not at all for others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're wearing the same shade of bronze foundation as our assistant here. He is
Mm.
just as glam
Uh-huh.
as Lou
In this
Waters
silk shirt. Ooh, I love it.
with his nipple poking out.
Hmm. For some reason, they're having a fitting in the lobby of a hotel here because that's what you do.
That's what you do.
Oh, we meet Lou Waters here, played again by
Yes.
Randi Brooks. Was Randi Brooks? Was she a model? Because she
She
is
is
stunningly beautiful.
statuesque.
No, I think just an actor.
She
And
could have had
now
a few endorsement deals.
The Man with Two Brains, Terror Vision, Knight Rider, Cop, a little genre things too. A few
Let me see.
TV series. Which is a shame. I think she's great in this. She has a lot of presence. Her face is chiseled. This woman has cheek and jaw.
Structure,
Oh,
bone
structure.
structure.
Bone
So
structure.
she did appear in Playboy's Bathing Beauties,
Okay.
as well as a few Maxim, Maxim actually, Maxim of the Day
Mm,
magazines.
sure.
So she was a bit of a she was sexy. She was
Yeah.
hired for sex, not fashion. Yeah.
But she sells fashion model here. When she walks in and she's like the most striking woman in the bunch, it makes sense that she's sort of the
Different era. Yeah.
Linda figure, right? I think it
The
works.
Linda. Yeah. Well, this is again the very different era. This is pre. When did Freedom came out in 90? So this is riding the wave of the supermodel height
Yeah.
that really would come to its apex in like
Hmm.
90, 92.
Yeah, this is
So when you're
definitely fuel
Naomi
for that fire.
Campbell's, you're too
Absolutely.
funky.
This is
We
when
did get a,
names
yeah,
were important in the supermodel world, right?
they were
Yeah.
starting to get listed. Yeah. Oops, I didn't
We
mean to go
wanted
back
to
that far.
hire the name. And that's a big part of this, right? We want to hire the name for this show because it brings credibility to this new fashion line that Eva Taylor
The
has created.
tailor-made look.
How stupid. I hate that so
I know.
much.
Well, her name is Eva Taylor, so
Ugh. On the fucking nose. Come on now.
And what's her name is in this red dress that we saw earlier.
This is
That was
Kim, right?
being
This is Kim,
Kim, the
Valerie's
daughter.
daughter, yeah, who gets to be in the show thanks to Maxime, obviously.
Yeah.
And she's as green as can be. The other models are trying to teach her how to walk and
Some of them are a little bitchy about her.
very upset that she gets to wear this uh referred to gorgeous red dress, which is not gorgeous.
It's a
Sorry.
little schlumpy.
It's schlumpy.
There's
It's
a few
ugly
of these
and
outfits
schlumpy. It's like a red
where
potato
it
sack.
has like this madam quality
Yeah.
about it. It's like if it was taller, Dorothy would have worn it.
Yes. Oh my God. It's a
But
Spornak look.
all of them are too short.
Yeah.
They need to be longer. And it really does show a difference in how models are being depicted here when
Hmm.
American models are depicted as tall freaks of nature.
Yeah. Well,
These
Kim
are
is not tall. The other models around her are tall and beautiful,
far
and
taller, yeah.
yeah. But Kim, she's not a model. She's not supposed to be here. This is her like, I want to be a model, mom. So she gets to be here.
Okay, this woman in this blue terry cloth here, she
Yes.
just dropped off this dress on the rack. You see this green
Mm,
vision
I
right here?
do. I do.
I and Dora. And
It's
Dora
it's Moo
wants
Central.
that it.
It's
It's
bedazzled Moo. Yeah.
oh, people are putting on boas. These items on the racks.
Yeah.
There's boa. It's all a
It's
fiction.
hodgepodge. Not one
But
of these
mom is
looks
here
goes
to
together.
wish. Mom is here to wish Kim well and
Hmm.
says, "Keep an eye on Maxime and the beautiful Miss Taylor.
Yeah.
The mistress might be worried about Maxim's wandering
Yeah.
eye, not paying
And the
attention to
daughter
the fact that it's just the money.
and the daughter's like, "That's not my job, bitch. I'm not doing that
I'm
for
not a
you."
spy."
Yeah.
I love that the contract is on blue paper.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Like, but
I
why?
love it
But why?
because it's so cool and because you can't Xerox it.
That's true.
It's very
That's true.
smart. It's
Yeah.
very, very smart.
This is quite the
We
event, this
meet.
fashion show, right?
Yes,
Ooh. Now this is a look. This
this
is
is
a
a
look.
gorgeous
She
look.
showed up. This is Maxime's wife,
Madame
Claudia
Chouette-Sory.
Soy,
Ah,
and she came to play. She said, "Fashion show? Oh no, it's me. I'm the show, baby."
this is a ball. This is gorgeous.
Gorgeous. How would you describe this? It's like on this crimson colored florals on crimson, but each is sort of lined in this gold. Oh, it's so delicious and
Yeah,
rich looking, right?
it's
And this jade
Russian.
necklace. Oh,
It's
yum.
yeah,
And the
yeah.
hair is
The
simply
earrings,
pulled
yeah,
back. This is a French woman. This is a French woman.
yeah,
And
yeah.
frankly, the most convincing accent of the bunch, too.
She might actually be. I don't know the actress.
She's Finnish.
Oh, well, there you have
I
it.
looked it up. She's the only European in the cast, and maybe that's why she can fake the French more than the others.
Well, the tailored look. Sorry, not the tailor-made look. The tailored look.
The tailored look. Oh Lord. Okay, here comes the fashion show.
All right, this
Gird your
green
loins
black bodice on this ball gown bottom.
with gold lame.
It's
Cheap,
oh, I
cheap,
do like
cheap.
this. This blue leopard print that's about to come out. Where is she? Oh, I like that one too. Where is? Oh no, she's still getting ready. We'll see her in a second.
Ooh, but
First, we
here's
have Lou
Lou
Waters.
Waters. Oh, this is beautiful.
It's
Although
so heavy.
it's a little milkmaid, right?
It's heavy. This is
Part of
Jasmine
a
Masters.
part of a collection with some sort of point of view. I think this really works. But
Oh, I
in this
love the
collection,
pearls
it's
on the
garbage,
back.
right?
It looks, yeah, it's not nearly experimental enough to be high fashion, but it's
Yeah,
neat.
yeah. My God, these looks they just don't go together. It's laughable.
But
This is not a collection.
an important interval. Lou is backstage getting ready for her next outfit
Mm-hmm.
when an assistant, so a bellboy or a courier or some fashion
Mm-hmm.
says, "I'm looking for Maxim Soury." and she gives just the tiniest look. And another model says, "Oh, he's over there," because he has a phone call. But
And
it's
he's going to take the
important
phone
that Lou
call up in his
Waters
room. Yeah.
knows that he's there.
Oh, yeah. Slight little acknowledgement there. But
What do you think
Maxime
of
is
this
going to
moment? Is it
take
too
his.
much?
What moment?
That moment where we clearly see that she hears that he is getting a phone call and he's leaving. Is
I don't
is
think it
that too big
is.
a hint?
No, I don't think so. Because she plays it well. She plays it as if, oh, there's a lot going on. I'm just paying attention to what's going on because it's a chaotic backstage at a fashion show, I think.
Mm. I can't separate myself from knowing what's about to happen, so
Fair.
I can't tell anymore. I can't tell
Got it.
anymore.
I think she plays it well. And I have to say, when I rewatched this, I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. So I think she does it well. Ooh, comes out in a blue sequin.
This is another situation where a little bit like the authoritative voice,
Yes!
my typing,
I knew you
formal
were going to call it
gown.
out. I knew you were going to call it out.
So the announcer says Lou Waters is back in this beautiful white dress, and Lou Waters is actually there in this pretty blue, but not white, dress. And everyone loses their minds
What?
that he
Jessica
said
said, I
white,
thought he said white. I thought he said, and he's like beside himself. Oh
flustered.
no! Oh no! It's kind of nuts.
And immediately when Lou exits, she says to Eva, said he made a mistake. And they're like, no, actually, you were supposed to be wearing the white. What happened? Why isn't this? Why is Margot wearing the white? More
Which is
importantly, why is
also,
Margot's bow her knees?
it's
Um,
so ugly. It has
it's
so much
so not
potential and it's
appropriate.
so ugly. The white looks like something Blanche would wear. No, Rose. I take it back. Rose.
Yeah, that's Rose.
Yeah.
In fact, she
She even
has.
has like rose hair.
Yeah.
Oh God. And Kim in her red, looking
In
amateur.
the satin with the spangle, it's just the disparate color that it's just not working.
It's not it. It's not it. The whole
Yeah. But
collection is a mess.
it's not wrong for the time. I think
I
actually these are a
know.
fairly accurate depiction.
Frankly, Lou Waters in this blue sequins gets the best look.
She does. She's got way too much bosom for a model, though.
It's she way too much bosom, but she gets like she gets to show off her back. Oh, she's a babe. She is a babe,
Yeah.
and the look
Very
is fun. It's
fit,
like
like
party
fitness.
cocktail chic. Yeah. Oh, very
I
very
could see her
athletic. Yeah.
doing like aerobic, like
Absolutely.
Fonda.
I'm
Yeah.
Yvonne, and this is it.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah. Or almost like Jamie Lee Curtis in that
John
Travolta
Travolta
movie where
movie,
I don't
Staying
remember what it's
Alive 2,
called.
wasn't it?
Oh, wow. I don't think so. I don't think she's in Staying Alive. What
The
is
sequel,
it?
right?
Ah, Curtis, Perfect. It's called Perfect.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm often wrong.
I think John Travolta has a similar look in Staying Alive.
Yeah, that's the. We've all seen the hip thrust
We've
clips,
all
right?
seen the clip.
We've all seen the clips.
So the show was done. It was a massive hit. Kim walked out like an amateur without her purse.
What a
Ugh.
dick. By the way, Kim is already in the running for me as one of the worst characters. I
Oh,
hate
really?
that bitch.
We enter Soury's soiree suite, and
He's dead.
oh, he's dead.
He's
Yeah.
dead. We kind of saw it coming. It was Jessica, Claudia, his wife, and Ava who found him.
And Jessica and Ava were going there to get Ava out of the contract because Jessica said, "Oh,
Right.
well, if you're being extorted, then I'll help you out. I can
You
probably get
know,
a short-term loan."
all she had to do was ask Jessica when she first got there for some money. Jessica gives money to everybody else. Just ask her. Doesn't she?
I know, I know. Well, I mean, again, I think the look on Ava's face sort of indicates that she didn't realize she was dealing with a snake. This is
Yeah.
his job. where he invests and he extorts and he's greasy and grimy, and we find out that he's involved in a lot of like almost mobster type
Hmm.
stuff. She didn't
Underground
know that.
criminal activity.
She didn't have anybody warning her. And she's new to business also.
Hmm.
Like she says to Jessica in that cafe scene, I had to give it one more go.
Yeah.
This is a woman in her 50s,
So props to her
finally
mama.
getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally getting this moment in Paris. It's a little,
On the
uh,
nose.
yes, yes.
There are references
And now
later
her
to her
business,
being like referred to as like the next Chanel, and I'm like, no,
Givenchy, move over.
no, I don't think so.
We will not be doing that. We will not be. We will
No,
not be
no,
placing bets
that's
on the
all.
tailored look. Yeah, the Lord and tailored look, maybe. Yeah,
Maybe, maybe the
yes,
Talbots
yeah,
look, maybe.
yes.
Oh, we meet Fritz Weaver here as
We
our
do.
Inspector Panassier.
He is fully committed to this. In
His
a
accent is fun. I
he is
love it.
he is a cranky man in his previous depictions.
Sure is, yeah.
Here he has a sense of joie de vivre, and I know that's a little on the nose for our French episode, but there is a
There's a
charm
there's a French
about him
flamboyance to him. There's a lightness. I don't think he's
for
coded as
being
gay, but he's
such.
very like dreamy Frenchman, right?
Oh, it's interesting you say you don't think he's coded as gay. I
Do
don't
you think he is?
necessarily think so. No, but then we get that interesting moment at the end,
I know, I
and
was
now
thinking of
I'm
that too.
wondering.
He's just a
Um,
romantique. We should hear him a little bit because I think he's fun. Maybe their introduction scene because it's also weird because he meets Jessica and he's like, "Oh, hey, I'm such a fan. I love your work." Meanwhile, this woman is like, "My husband's dead. Can we get back to it?"
What time did he take this call?
Well, it was about halfway through the show. About 9:30, I think.
I see. And, Madame Soury?
I am Claudia Soury, Inspector.
My condolences, Madame. Now, you were obviously not here when this tragedy occurred.
No, I was in the ballroom, seated with Mrs. Fletcher.
Ah, yes, Mrs. Jessica Fletcher, American. Jessica Fletcher, possibly J.B. Fletcher, the mystery writer.
Yes.
Oh, I'm honored. Inspector Hugues Panassier, Paris Police. I have enjoyed with such great relish la demoiselle qui a dansé au bal et qui a été enterrée à l'aube.
La demoiselle qui... I'm sorry.
I give the free translation. The damsel who waltzed at the ball and was buried at dawn. That's not your book?
I call it the corpse danced at midnight.
Inspector.
and then was buried in the morning. What?
And then the wife's
Silly.
like, "By the way,
By the
burglary. Come on,
way,
can we get back to this? My husband is dead."
there's another situation where the corpse is missing a wallet and a watch.
Hmm.
So people are like, oh, maybe it was a robbery. It's never a robbery,
It's
folks.
never a
It's
robbery.
never a robbery.
David Tolliver could tell us that.
It's never a robbery. Because even
Hmm.
when theft is involved, it's not why they want to kill that person.
No. Nope,
Simple
nope,
greed.
nope.
It's because they're in the way. That's really why. That's
Yeah,
why. So, I mean, I guess the contract's null and void, but now it puts a lot of folks into a curious state because
absolutely.
during the backstage of the fashion show, no one was seen for the full duration. People were coming and
Right.
going, running around. It's a good opportunity to to sneak away,
Hmm.
although it's risky because this our fashion show is very timed.
Oh, the idea that someone could sneak away, go upstairs, confront someone, kill them, come back down, and just slip right back in is bonkers to me. I
Yeah.
don't think anybody's thinking about that during a fashion show, particularly Eva Taylor. Which we know she's not guilty. We know she's Jessica's friend. She's not guilty. Jessica's here to help her. We know. Yeah, we've done this before, right? We've done this before. But
Yeah.
who
Well,
else
this is
could
an
it have been?
interesting. This is a neat show because in a similar way to how you say some of the best episodes have two murders,
Mm-hmm.
this has kind of two murders.
Kind of two murders, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Which I think
so
is one
what?
of its strengths too. I think it's
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
strengths of the episode. Yeah,
It's another situation where guy is a dick, so who wouldn't?
yeah.
Who wouldn't have killed him? Everyone has cause, even the wife, because we could paint it in such a fashion where she's done with his infidelity and she wanted him dead.
She's had
That's
it.
not the case.
No.
It's not the case. But even she could be, it could be argued.
Hmm. Plus,
Then
she
you have
is
your
with
mistress,
Jessica the whole time.
right? Then you have your mistress who we have not seen, and we don't have her alibi yet.
She was there in the
Then we have,
afternoon, and then she went back.
Mhm.
She has her own show at night. She has two shows at her own
And
club.
she already has shown some intimation that she doesn't trust Maxime.
Yeah,
She
thinks
asks
he's
her
gonna
daughter to keep an eye on them.
put his slippers under somebody else's bed.
We have the assistant who overheard the discussion behind the door.
Hmm. Hmm.
And in theory, if we're talking like a J. Manuel, a Mr. J situation, is busy during a fashion
Oh,
show.
there's
No
maybe
time.
more than Ava, right? Maybe more than Ava.
One
He's
would
got the
think.
headset on, running the show, right? Yeah.
Right. Uh,
And then we have the models, including
and then you
Kim,
have all the models.
the
Kim,
mistress's
Lou,
daughter.
and we spent a little time with some of the models, mostly just those three.
Those, yeah, the other
Uh,
models are
the red, white, and blue, frankly.
Margot, Dee
The
Dee. Yeah, they're not really there for any reason other than to be eye candy on the screen and fill in the dresses, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have a job. I mean, that's sort of the
That's they're
set
doing.
dressing of the show. They have
They're at
to.
work. Oh, we did have a
Um,
moment with a maid here named Marie. I love her.
mhm,
I love her. Pay the
Marie's fun.
maids more. Pay the maids more. She said she heard a
She is
shot.
fun.
10 to 10.
I cannot be
Also,
sure of anything.
I think that her and the other maid, I think they have the best accents in the bunch aside from Claudia. I like buy that they're French. Their attitude, their accents, they don't say much, but it's just enough and just full of enough ire toward the Americans that I'm like, "Oh, you're French. You're French."
I wonder if it helps of the class issue because to be French is to sort of, I
There's an
guess,
indignation, right?
yeah, a
Yeah.
haughtiness.
Yeah.
And I feel like the what they're given allows them to be. I don't know. I mean, obviously, when we think of like English accents, we think of Cockney or we think of posh, or we think of like these variances. There's
Hmm.
got to be those in French, but we don't really, as Americans, deconstruct
Right.
them.
Right.
But the way that they speak is different than
Yeah. Yeah.
the others.
It's a little more in the
And they,
throat. It's a little bit
mm,
less music. It's a
how
little
clever of
less
you.
how clever.
But Marie heard a shot, what, a few minutes after 10,
No, 10 minutes before 10, she heard a shot. She
10
thought
minutes
it was
before
a
10.
champagne coke, perhaps.
Perhaps. Which is why nobody went running screaming.
Yeah.
Which, as you know, we talk about blasé Americans. If we hear a gunshot, we're in each other's business. We're gonna find out what that
We're gonna figure
was,
out what is happening.
or we're gonna go fucking run in. Like that's one of these
I'm a runner.
things.
I'm getting out of there. I don't want anywhere near that shit. If I heard a gunshot in a hallway, I would lock my door, not stick my head out to see who's there.
You wouldn't have a Home Alone 2 moment where they're
No.
all running or edging from the
Right.
floor as everyone stares at them.
No, I would lock my door and draw a bath. Put my headphones on. So Jessica saw Claudia in the room that had been cordoned off pick something up and stuff it in her purse through the window. How very convenient she can see into the window. How very convenient. But
Very convenient, dude.
what does Claudia have? But a
Well, Claudia
button.
says that it was her stole, but while she was there, she saw a button on the floor.
Hmm.
A distinctive button with a cross pattern.
She thinks it's the mistress's coat. And so to protect the mistress, she picks up the button. which is kind of a weird move, right? I mean, it sort of establishes what's going on with these characters, and she even says like, "Oh, I've been aware
She's
that
also
they
doing it to
were."
protect her daughters. If she opens up, she says this because Jessica says, "Why
Yeah,
protect the mistress?" He's like, "Well, because that's our arrangement. We
yeah.
have the situation." It reminds me a little bit of Miranda Priestley talking about her daughters and how the
Mm,
man is sort of inconsequential. Like, my girls, they don't deserve
yeah, yeah.
this shit written about me.
Right.
Um, and that is sort of a selfish for the selfless kind of situation too.
Sure.
Um,
God, I can't get over how beautiful this look is.
I know it's so pretty, but
Opulence.
but unfortunately, Jessica recognizes that button, and it does not belong to Valerie.
No. It's Ava's.
It's Ava's
Off of her cream-colored coat with gray check marks.
cream-cut coat. Yeah.
See, oh, this is that backlot. This is the Little Europe set that I was talking about.
Oh yeah, this is Epcot right here.
Basically. This is Epcot that hasn't been cleaned in a few days. That's that.
uh,
Swals. Yes.
so Valerie is packing her bags because she was on her way to she's on her way to another engagement.
Well, I thought. See, I guess I didn't know why they were all packing up, and I thought maybe it was
She lost an engagement?
because our gentleman Maxime is dead, and he was financing
Nope.
it.
All along,
No.
she was moving to a hotel
Ah,
for
hotel
this is what it just so happens that she's leaving this
at this
location
time. Yeah.
because Maxime, before his death, had
Hmm.
arranged her moving to
Yeah.
this hotel. She's packing up her bag full of this red purse, these high-heeled shoes, all of her fabulous things.
She's been there a while, and of course they want to know where she was. She says she was there between her two shows. She finishes a show at 9:30, and then she has another one at 10:30, right? And so she was
Mhm.
in her dressing room, so she says.
See a little bit of her.
And besides, we were not hot-breathed teenagers waiting to catch some moments of passion together whenever we could. No. I never set foot in his room that night.
I'll go. I have cleaned out my locker, Valerie. Would you close up?
Certainly. Good luck, Albert. Huh?
She's saying goodbye to her
Her
piano,
stage
her
manager, piano player.
10:30. I was here resting until my second show at 10:30.
Valerie, I don't think so, no. Inspector, she was not here.
Oh, but I was, Albert.
and he immediately questioned he second guesses her alibi because he's like,
Right.
no, you weren't there. You started your show late. So he clarifies her alibi by giving her a better one.
Right. Well, and she's like,
Uh,
"What are you talking?" She looks panicked, right? She's like, "What are you talking about?"
she's yeah.
Of course I was here.
I was here.
No, girl, you were on stage. I was with you. And then she looks satisfied.
It's a good moment. It's a
It is.
really good like oh. Um there's also
A
like a
nice
lot
little
of really
misdirect,
good
right?
while our detective is questioning, we get a lot of shots of Jessica following along and not saying anything, but like, okay, good. He said that thing that I was hoping he would say.
Hmm.
Okay, good. He said that I was hoping he would get to. I
It's an
appreciate that.
interesting dynamic between the two of them. She's more passive in this relationship with this inspector than she is with a lot of others. It's almost like she's sort of biding her time to see what he does, and it's an interesting relationship. I don't know that it's as clear as I want it to be. Do you know what I mean? It's
Some of it, I think, is because he's on the right track so far, and she has
yeah,
nothing to argue against.
and she sort of
And
affirms
two,
him.
this is not her country.
No,
So she's not talking to like podunk sheriff number 4 or
right,
misogynist detective number 6. This is someone that she already has a bit of a diplomatic requirement to sort of,
sure,
and she doesn't argue with him until he intimates that Eva Taylor is a suspect.
right, right. And he's He's willing to listen to her. He's not a Merton P. Drock, right? He does have some
Right.
ego behind this, but he's not unreasonable. And he
Well,
has
because
good
he has respect
instincts.
for her as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
He just thinks that she's uh, not thinking the way she should be because of her
Right.
connection to who he
Right.
eventually thinks did it.
Which is reasonable. So
Yeah.
he's definitely one of the more reasonable ones. I guess I was surprised as the first episode of this season that Jessica is not more assertive. She
Mm.
really isn't. She's not the go-getter busybody that we kind of know her to be. She's much more of sort of a floating presence in the world, and she does things to sort of help clear her friend and ask the right questions and make the right observations, but it's much subtler than we're used to seeing her. And I'm
Yeah.
wondering what that is or how that came to be in this script, particularly when season 3, its opener, she literally flies down to the circus and disguises herself. You know what I mean? It was a much more aggressive way of approaching that situation. She's much more passive here.
Well, she does have this moment here with Ava where she sort of like reality checks her
Hmm.
because Ava's talking to Lou and Lou is asking for her payment.
Yeah.
And Ava's like, "Oh, wait, I'll be with you in a minute, Jessica. Let's have drinks." And Jessica's like, "This is nothing to have drinks over. I have your button, bitch. Like
Yeah.
let's get through this." So
Molly,
she
you in
does,
danger, girl. Yeah.
right. And just as she's getting through to her,
Hmm.
our detective shows up with the button and saying, "Oh, hey." So Jessica is a little stressed
Yeah.
trying to get through that
She has
she's
some
a
skin in the
suspect
game.
and a pretty good one.
Yeah. Although still, like, reasonably, she was running her own fashion show at the time, so
Yeah.
it's a bit of a stretch to make her a suspect, even in the circumstance here that her button from her jacket was found. I think it's still a bit of a stretch, which is why she's probably not in jail and they're sitting at a restaurant talking it out, right?
Right.
So,
And that button could have been at any time because they knew each other. It's
yeah,
not like it would have had to have happened
right.
during the fashion show.
By the way, look at
But that is
Ava's.
when she was wearing it.
Yes. Look at Ava's Gladys Kravitz hair. This is a product of the 60s.
It's almost like Pat Nixon. Like it's
A
so
little
that's
bit,
a wig.
yeah.
That's a
That
wig.
is a wig.
Yeah,
If
that's a
it's not, it's
unit.
wigging. Yeah. Oh, we meet her other maid. I love the maids. I love the maids.
I
Pay the
love
maids.
that the maids are named Marie and Yvette.
I
Someone
know.
really strained themselves for French names.
They're the best.
And we find out that one maid says she heard a second shot, but 10 minutes after 10.
So 20 minutes apart, these two shots. And I love how sure they are too. These bitches know. They know what they
Yeah.
know. And they're not letting
They've
any
seen
cop
they've
gaslight
seen
them.
the underbelly in this hotel.
They've cleaned these rooms. Who knows what kind of
Ugh.
stains they've washed out, right? Also, it's wild.
Yeah.
She brings up, Marie mentions that there were 2 towels missing from the room when she was allowed to go back and clean, and her housekeeping manager is holding her responsible. There was a fucking crime scene, and yet she is responsible for these 2 towels. What is this place? Justice for Marie.
I know, and you know those towels are like $100 each. Like,
They feel good on the skin. Oh, yes.
Marie, do you remember me? We spoke last night.
Ah, oui, madame.
Last evening you said that you heard what you thought sounded like a shot 10 minutes before 10.
Yes.
But apparently the police spoke to another maid who claims that she heard the shot at 10 minutes after 10.
That was me, Yvette, and I do not claim. I know what I heard, but these stupid police, they will not listen.
Well, I'm listening very intently, and something is beginning to become clear.
Madame?
Both of you heard a shot. You, Marie, at 10 minutes before 10, and you, Yvette, at 10 minutes after 10. Now, if the 2 bullets that were fired into Maxim Soury's body were fired from the same gun, they must have been fired 20 minutes apart.
How very clever of you.
If you are so clever, madame, perhaps you can explain our unsolved mystery. Where are the 2 towels?
The 2 towels?
I put 2 fresh towels in Monsieur Soury's room that afternoon. When the police permitted me to clean the room the next day, they were gone. The head of housekeeping is holding me responsible. And since obviously Monsieur Soury did not steal them, who did?
And they're in this like little closet where we can see like the bathroom tissue and some of like the stock behind them. It's just a
Hmm.
really cool moment, just hanging out in this little hallway moment. I like
It's
it.
my favorite scene in the episode, actually. They're such like broads, right? They're young, but they're such broads.
Yeah,
Americans.
Americans.
And they just go back to their work. How very
They have,
French of
I mean, they
them.
have stuff to do. They have stuff to do. We have Jessica stand in again for her knocking on the door and walking. It's not her.
It's not her.
And now it's her. Okay, good.
Lansbury's got better hips than that. Sorry
I
about it.
feel also she's like a foot shorter. Like that
Yes.
person is so tall.
She's so tall. So Jessica is
So
curious
we,
about this mix-up in the dresses.
yeah, why was Lou in the blue and Margot in the white when it was supposed to
Yeah.
be the other way around? They made a big
Although
deal about it too, because the red,
they
white, and
did.
blue being American colors as well as French colors.
Yeah. Very intentional,
So
these
they were
sequins.
supposed to come out white first.
Hmm. God, that red dress is ugly. I thought it just looked bad on Kim, but it's just bad.
It's schlumpy. Yeah.
It's
It's just a
schlumpy.
little, yeah. The white isn't good either.
No,
No. I like the
no.
sleeve drape, but they need to either madam it out or tighten it. Like you need to lean
Yeah.
into these proportions.
There's no waist
What
here.
was there was this era of hiding body.
It's very like
There
a
really was.
1929 flapper back in fashion, right? It was like that kind of silhouette updated for the 80s, and it just
Boxy.
boxy, potato bag-ish, but with
Which is so
sequins.
funny because you're dealing with people who look like Morgan Fairchild and Donna Mills.
Yeah,
These
cocaine chic,
I
baby.
mean, Dixie Carter. And then you'd also have like then you would have to do like fat jokes for Delta Burke. I mean, you didn't have to, but you chose to because they didn't quite fit the
Yeah,
aesthetic. And I'm like,
yeah.
maybe the problem's the fashion, guys.
I mean, let's talk about fashion. I need a waist. Give me a waist. That's why I honestly can't stand what people are wearing today. Shapeless bags. Give me a waist. Okay, so we're thrown at the possibility here that perhaps Lou Waters switched the dresses so that she could
On
get up
purpose.
to that room. Because the white dress was more complicated than the blue one. The blue one, our assistant Peter said, "Oh yeah,
You just slip on.
one of my favorite lines. Eva and I could both slip that on in 5 seconds or less if I wore women's clothing." Had to throw
If
that
I'm
in there.
partial to women's
You know
clothing.
he's tried that dress on before. You know he has.
Oh, he's Valerie understudy, you know. He's gonna go out
Absolutely.
and perform.
Uh-huh.
He would make a great drag performer at Mushrooms.
Hmm. Better than
That's
Jeff Conway, that's for sure.
Well, he's got that baby face and yet the masculine features that they lean into a lot in
Hmm.
for female impersonation
Yeah. His beautiful
in
teeth,
media.
too. Beautiful teeth. Mm. Very, very nice. Look at him in this peach silk.
So I know she's an asshole, but when we see vision of Kim with all these other people,
Hmm.
how young she really
Oh,
is.
she's a girl.
And that's important real quick because of how young she is, because it
Hmm.
adds an extra layer of slime to Suri in a little bit.
Yeah.
But they're now implicating Lou Waters.
Yeah.
And Lou is like, I just met him.
How could I? Also, they did a little flashback sequence where she slipped into that blue sequin dress with her heels on. Crime,
So great.
baby. You could have ripped that
Oh,
shit.
so good though. Come
Yeah.
on.
Hmm. Those
Those are not fashionable
legs.
shoes.
No.
Oh, the hem. These dresses are not high fashion.
No.
That's not
This
even
is
rainbow.
Santi Ali, baby.
what I don't know what it's called when you don't hem it, you don't stitch it. You fold it first and then you stitch
Yeah.
it like on the inside.
Ugh,
That's what it
that's
has.
what it's
Which
giving.
I'm not a wardrobe person, but
Nor I.
they're trying to pass it off.
Yeah.
So while we have understood that Sori has had a lot of shenanigans, we also
Hmm.
saw a ripped up picture of basically the lower half of a naked woman that was
Oh,
spotted as
I think it was
evidence.
actually sex happening. I think it was even
Yes,
lewder than just a naked
more
lady.
than that.
Yeah, it was pornography.
Only reason I don't know is because they only focus on her. They only focus on her
Yeah.
when they mention that. So while we have some hint of stuff happening, this is new information
Hmm.
that we couldn't have had
No,
as audience members.
this is what a
Sorry is
proper
saying,
police
by the
investigation
way,
reveals. Yeah,
yeah, you're that woman in that photo, aren't you, Lou?
yeah. They did a little looking into her bank account, and also the passport agency revealed that she was in Paris 6 years previously. Uh, I mean, long story short is that Soury got some photographs of Lou Waters when she first came to Paris in a pornographic position.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. Please. Have you
We
seen my
make
camera
choices.
roll? Please.
Mm,
But he was extorting her. Or
yeah,
blackmailing her, I should say. And so she's been shelling out money to keep him quiet so he won't release these photos now that she's this big Linda Evangelista name.
and when
And
she
that's her
heard Saria's name,
motive.
she finally was able to say, "Oh, that's who you are." 'Cause she didn't know
Yeah.
his name. She didn't know his
Yeah.
face.
That was that little moment in the hallway as they were getting ready.
Uh, that's been really interesting because if she's one of several people that Suri is extorting or working with, when he heard her name, he showed no fear. He showed no worry about being in the same room as her.
No. He was
Uh,
unbothered.
Unbothered. And when we saw in that little flashback moment where she shoots him, she's wearing Eva Taylor's hat
Yeah.
and jacket, and she walks in. He's there. There's a red purse on the couch. She shoots him, she wipes off the gun, she drops the gun, which is interesting.
Right.
Shoots him only once, which you'd never shoot just once if you want. No, you gotta
Like
keep going.
Scream taught us between the eyes, girl.
Head. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got a headshot. If you're gonna be that far. If you're gonna be that
Hmm.
far.
I mean, that is wild. Her sort of impromptu plan on the spot, which pretty cool, right? Switch the dresses so I can get into something that's easier and faster to get out of. Grab Ava's clothes, put them on, rush through the lobby, go up the elevator, go to my room, get my gun, knock on his door, confront him, shoot him, throw the gun down, flee, go back down to the fashion show in my new blue look, and step on the runway. I kind of love it.
Right.
I love that sequence of
It's
events.
great.
Yeah.
It's great. And the only reason
Yeah.
she really took Ava's jacket is not to implicate Ava, but to hide the blue dress.
Yes.
Because that was a striking blue dress.
Exactly. Exactly.
But Jessica doesn't think she's the one who did it.
No. Because there were
She
two
knows who
shots.
shot him. So who fired the shot 20 minutes later? Or
I think 20
is
minutes
it
later.
20?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, 10 minutes
10 to
before, 10
10 and
minutes
10
after.
after 10. Yep.
These round numbers just for the sake of our benefit.
It's a tight timeline here, isn't it?
Um,
Guess who it was?
guess who it was? We think it might be Juliet Prowse, in fact, who has just finished
Valerie.
her performance of Autumn Leaves, which is
Hmm.
another French song that was written and then had English lyrics
Right. Right.
added. So La Vie
Hmm.
en Rose is originally a French song. Mac David, who was a legend, wrote the English lyrics. This one is Johnny Mercer, who also did like Moon River and a number
Yeah.
of other songs. And she is here finally at a level of success as well. She's also someone who
I
has finally
know.
hit. This is also a big moment for her performing in
Hmm.
this for this. It's like the Carlisle,
Hmm.
like this is her like
This in the round setup, I love it. I love
So
it.
good.
This kind of show I'd live for. I love the way they confront her too. They just sit there at the table, just
I
waiting
do
for
love
her to
this
go on
top on her
break.
too. This
And the
jacket,
slit in the dress,
blouse. Oh,
showing leg, leg, leg. She's a
it's
tall
like
glass
it's
of water,
green,
isn't
right?
she?
Is that a green black?
I
It's
think it is.
I
It's
can't
like
tell if it's iridescent or
it certainly has sort of like a warm green tone to it if it's not
it's
green.
very cool.
Yeah, it's very beautiful and looks. Oh, it's definitely green with her red hair. Oh, please.
There we go.
The
Yeah.
turquoise
Yeah.
lower eyeliner, just on the lower half,
And
just on the
the
lower
lip
half.
is better. The lip it,
Yeah.
it works better with a darker
Hmm.
bottom area. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like with
Yes,
the blouse. Yeah.
and it matches her
This
upper eyeshadow, which is quite lovely.
this rose blouse that Jessica's wearing
Hmm.
is a
I feel like
lot.
we've seen something like this before on Jessica.
We've seen items like it, but
Yeah.
this is a bushel of roses.
Hmm.
Um, it's not quite working for me. But
It's a lot. I liked her red look earlier better. The
yeah,
red blazer,
yeah.
very nice.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 Good
But in this
stuff. That one.
case, well, let's break it down. What actually
Yeah, shall
happened
we?
here? So, Lou Waters did shoot Maxime, but because he's a criminal, he wasn't going to call the cops. So he called who? His mistress,
Valerie,
Valerie. And so after her
who
set
was still at
ended,
the other club, who's still
right,
performing between sets.
right, her set ended at 10. She would have left immediately afterward, taken a 5 minute cab, which is crazy to me. The fact that she could get there to here in like 6 minutes, 7 minutes is
Yeah.
bonkers. I think it's a little implausible. But she gets there, she sees the red purse, and she realizes that Maxime wasn't interested in Ava at all. He was stooping her daughter.
That's Kim's red purse from the fashion show.
Oh, jeez. She
Yeah.
sees the gun, and she shoots him square in the chest.
I
Takes the purse, dismantles the scene quickly, and flees.
I love this sequence because she's so sudden. She's so mad. She points it at him. She shoots him, and he bounces into the wall
Oh, it's so
because
great.
he's so. And then he immediately falls, and she's like, "Okay, now I take this. I take your wallet. I take this." She is so quick. She grabs the towels
Hmm. This is
because
truly
they
a
can't
crime
be
of
covered in
passion,
blood.
right? Oh, fucking good.
Knocks over the lamp, pushes the cushions, grabs the purse, and
And
then, like
makes
a
her second
psychopath,
show.
goes to her second show. I bet her Levy and Rose had some passion then.
I bet
Ah.
she did. It wasn't
And then
cookie cutter
when
that night.
she was packing her room, she had that red purse with her,
Yeah, yeah.
and Jessica saw it.
Everybody had seen the red purse at the when they were doing the fittings, so they
Yes.
knew it was in Kim's possession, and now Valerie has it.
And of course, because no woman is sure at night, Kim should have had her purse when she walked the runway,
Yeah,
and she didn't. And that was photographed. So
stupid
Jessica's able to
Kim.
point and say, "Where's your bag?"
Kim's a terrible model, just leaving her props all over the place. Stage manager would destroy her.
Couture? Dropping her.
Couture!
I mean,
Just
we don't
leaving it
like
in your
it, but that's
boyfriend's house.
expensive.
Yeah.
A mess. Before the show, with your, you don't go to the affair in your work clothes.
Honestly.
Ah,
Was she wearing that red dress all day?
probably.
She's like, it's
Probably.
nice. I'm gonna keep it on. Well,
She was having a little fairy tale princess moment.
when they were having champagne after the show and Lou was still in the blue sequin, I was like, take that shit off.
I
It's
know.
couture. Take that shit off.
I know. I know.
Might as well eat a spaghetti dinner, for God's sakes.
Oh, that's pretty fabulous. We do get when this leg. Oh, Julia Prowse sings. All right, so how do we feel about her version of All of a Sudden? Do you like her final
Well,
performance?
see, this is what I was saying is that, like, after what just happened, I mean, we neglected to mention that she's basically been called out. They know that she's the killer. Meanwhile, she's got another number to do, and they let her. The inspector says, "Go ahead, go
No.
ahead." It's very poetic, right? It's very cool.
It's
Lets
so
her get up.
theatrical.
She slinks over to the microphone with a big smile on her face and sings her number. And this is where I feel like, well, and maybe this is my sort of perception of modern filmmaking and storytelling. This is where I want her moment, but it doesn't feel
We ran out
special
of
to
time.
me. I know.
We ran out of time.
We gave her
They
too
cut
much
it.
earlier. Yeah. But this would have
Well,
been the moment to
it's like
like
Broadway Melody. We don't
lean
get the
in.
payoff. We
I
don't get the
know.
payoff of thanks, but we've been there before.
I
It's the
know.
same thing.
Very much that. And we
I
sort of
don't know
cut to
what you would have
credits.
cut. Yeah, I don't
Almost cut to
know. I
credits,
don't
yeah.
know. And as it is, some of this is already is kind of rushed.
Yeah.
This is another one that probably could have had a two-parter.
They're doing a lot.
You'd have to fill it out considerably,
Right.
but this is another example of a lot of things happening all at once.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like that. I'd rather something that's packed full than underdeveloped, right? I mean, I guess it is
Yeah,
packed full and a little underdeveloped. What I mean is packed full rather than too much space
yeah. It's not boring.
for pacing. No, it's not boring at all. Matter of fact, it was
Mm,
over before I could blink. I felt.
yeah. Well,
Also,
and
the
that
button
I
at the
think,
end. I love the button
yeah,
at the end. Do you want to hear
the
it?
button of the button.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you know what? Let's get a little of her confession.
Yeah.
She has a really good. I think it's a really successful admission.
Well, Eva hired a photographer to shoot the fashion show. There's Kim in the finale.
I say Margot looks great in that photo.
Those are both carrying purses.
She does.
The white, she looks great.
Boy, that hair though. Whoo!
The inspector could question your daughter, but do you really want to put her through that?
At first, I suspected Maxime had his eye on Eva Taylor. I even encouraged him to hire Kim so that she could keep her eye on him. I long ago surrendered myself to that man, along with my dreams. But how could I give my daughter away?
All of a sudden my heart sings when I remember little things, the way you dance and hold me tight, the way you kiss and say goodnight.
On the outside, Panassier is the tough as nails police inspector, but deep down, like all Frenchmen, I am a sentimental, romantic at heart. Ah, well. Your half of this check comes to 120 francs, madame.
Oh, jeez.
Once again, Jessica has a bum for a potential love interest.
I know.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well,
It's the best of the music numbers, I think, for sure. I think it's time. Hey, I'm being nice here. I think it's timed well. I think it's the right moment. I think she's great in the confession scene, and so we kind of carries the song that follows.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
But again, I
Yeah,
want more voice. I want more voce.
give her more voice. Well, I think there's also something to be said that she's not great. That she does need someone like Maxim to help perpetuate her,
Hmm.
to help project her. Um, and I think it again is a little bit more grounded. I think
Yeah.
it's a little bit more realistic. a woman who is like it shouldn't be Judy Garland. That would be a little much. That would be a little
Yeah.
out of touch.
Well, and that's not to say I think the voice is bad. I think it's very beautiful and lovely and skilled, and it's a good vocal technique. But I guess the storytelling element of it and sort of the real grind of cabaret that I love so much
Mm.
is just missing from it. That's
Mm.
sort of what I mean by
That's
that. I don't think she's a bad singer. I think. Do you think she actually doing the vocals for it?
yes.
That I like. That I like. I mean, and maybe because it's pre-recorded, you sort of have that level of separation between the recording and the actual performance on film. So,
Well, she did it, so she's going to jail.
going to jail for killing a lousy dude.
It's an interesting way to end things because it's a bit of a downer, and she did it for reasonable reasons. She did
Yeah.
it, she says, to protect her daughter, who was being taken advantage of by this beast who was already involved in terrible things,
Yeah.
including extortion and the intimation of the when he says pornography. It's not. I mean, they're French, so their view of sex is already going to be a little bit more enlightened than a lot of
Mm-hmm.
American
Yeah.
institutions. I think what we're really talking about is seedy, unethical pornography, which is really. I don't know how old Lou is supposed to be. I kind of get the impression that she may not have been old enough to be in that situation.
Well, she did. She ran away from home.
Yeah.
So if she
I
was still
think
living with
there's some
parents and some sort of yeah,
implication. There's certainly a power struggle, or
right.
already a power imbalance.
And
But
it's
I mean,
frustrating because in that situation, she would have been exploited rather than
mhm,
sort of be someone who should be exposed as some sort of sex pervert, right? That's what's frustrating
right,
about it is that she was, if she was underage or whatever, she would have been in the victim chair, right? She done nothing wrong. She was exploited, and this guy just continues to blackmail her for that exploitation, rather than
right.
in a just world she can live her life and sort of move past that scenario. But no, she feels like she has to keep it under wraps. So I really feel for Lou Waters here a lot. I
Oh
love
yeah,
her. I love her sequence of being like, I'm gonna get up there and shoot that motherfucker. I'm gonna do it however I have to do it.
yeah. No, I feel for Lou here, and this is also keep in mind this is after the Vanessa Williams scandal of '83, so there was already sort of
Hmm.
a public consciousness about women's bodies being a scandal. This is after Madonna and the penthouse Playboy
Right.
bid war for her early photos, some of which they couldn't publish because they couldn't verify she was of age.
Yeah.
Just saying. We still do this. We still, I mean, I remember the Vanessa Hudgens
Oh,
scandal.
sure.
I mean, it's more fun when they're gentlemen because, but when it happens to, when like a celebrity sex tape leaks or something like that,
Hmm.
but it's fucked up. That's
Fucked
part of our
up.
culture.
Yeah. Yeah. And the women always seem to get the short end of the stick.
Yes, it's their
Ugh.
fault. Everything is their fault. Well, there's
Jesus.
a reason that we talk about Kim K more than we talk about Ray J. Just
Ugh.
and she's the one who actually really leveraged that too.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
and there's a lot of talk about whether or not the Paris tape is ethical as well, because Paris Hilton says that that was for private use, and Rick Solomon sort of took advantage of that and ran with it.
Ugh.
So a lot of guys be and then was demonized for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bummer.
Wah, wah, wah. Well,
Well, what's your final thoughts on Fashionable Way to Die as a piece of media and our season premiere?
I think I like it. I really do. I think it's really fun. Obviously, I love the subject matter, and I love, frankly, making fun of the looks. That fashion show on its own is like worth watching the episode. It is basically Sue Ellen in her backyard in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. It is such a weird moment in time to like show a fashion show. It doesn't feel plausible at all, yet feels strangely appropriate. I don't know. It's very fun. The looks are so all across the board, I should say. It's a lot of fun. I don't have a lot of deep to say about this episode other than it's neat. It's a neat
Yeah.
episode. Yeah. I think the performances are generally pretty reined in, all things considered. There's nobody chewing scenery, not even our Juliette Prowse as Valérie Bergere. It's a pretty subtle performance. Everybody is sort of operating on the same level. I think standouts for me include Randi Brooks as Lou Waters, even though she doesn't have the most to do. I think she's really engaging and committed to the role. I think Danielle Brisebois as Kim is a waste of screen time. What a dumb character. Just hate her. Just hate her.
But do you not find her necessary to the plot?
She's absolutely necessary to the plot, but I don't like her. She's just like a little precocious girl who wants what she wants. And the fact that we have not confronted the fact that she was willing to sleep with her mother's boyfriend and seems to care two fucks when he's dead. Like, who is this person? Kim is not good.
She's not.
We haven't dove into her at all. But the implications here are that Kim is terribly unethical, selfish. She has kind of like a Vita quality to me. Do you know what I'm talking about? Mildred Pierce Vita. Like, she just wants what she wants at mother's expense. And so I hate her. I hate Kim. And she wears that dress so poorly. Your face right now.
No, it's all good.
I think Claudia, played by Taina Elg as the wife, also doesn't have the most to do, but is really good and looks fabulous. I like the representation from a queer character by Bill Beyers as Peter Appleyard. And I think Barbara Rush as Eva Taylor, even though I want to slap her a little bit and say, snap out of it, girl. I think she's good too. My one, which I sort of talked about earlier, my one disappointment is that Jessica is not as assertive a presence in the episode. I love nosy, busybody Jessica Fletcher, and she's a much chiller version of herself here. Even her makeup is subdued, right? And I guess I want a little bit more for a season premiere from my good old Jessica.
I do wonder if it was always intended as the premiere.
Yeah.
Looking at our list, so this is an interesting season for Jessica as an arc as well, because it's we're at the point where both Angela Lansbury is getting worn out
Mm-hmm.
by the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a season 3, which was full of experimentation. Season 4 has experimentation, but on a far more leveled manner. It's not
Yeah.
quite as out there
Right.
in my view. It's still, I mean, we still get the England episode, we still get, the Scottish play episode. So there's still choices that they make. She's really struggling with the concept of justice in a few episodes as well, about
Yes.
what really her role is
Mm-hmm.
as a busybody. And you're right, she absolutely does. I mean, even our inspector says she is his Watson to his Sherlock
Right.
Holmes,
Right.
which is not how things are meant to be.
Mm-mm. But it does feel like that in a way. She does feel like the Watson to his Holmes in this
Yeah,
episode, which
yeah.
I know it's a nice subversion of the idea, but and again, like you said, we don't know if this was intended to be the season premiere, but
It's not. I don't know if it's
bit
a
of
mission
thud
statement episode
for me. It's not. It's a bit of a thud as far as Jessica in it. And I know she gets good shit in season 4. This doesn't feel like the best episode for her.
Mhm.
Every other season premiere we've had has been Fletcher forward, right? Murder of Sherlock Holmes. Widow weep for me. Oh, I love that, right? Her taking control of the situation. The circus episode. This is not that. This is very quiet for her. And so it's a little bit of a letdown. I do like that Fritz Weaver comes in with this very flamboyant performance as Panassier. And so she kind of has to balance him in a way because they are right? They are the team here. And so she has to play the quieter character, but it's out of character in a way. And I would have loved her to push back on him a little bit more, have a little bit more of an adversarial relationship with him, even though they're sort of on the same team. Because she is right.
We've done that before.
Right.
We've done that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of possibilities, a lot of speculative reasons as to why they chose to do that.
Yeah.
Whether that's editing, whether that's just, I don't know. Again, since some of this episode seems not lopsided, but where they choose to focus their attention on.
Yeah.
I mean, the episode is rerunning. 15 minutes into it, the fashion show is done.
Mm-hmm.
But then we're going to spend the next half hour discussing the fashion show. So there's what we would assume are natural act breaks or natural setting breaks aren't. The show isn't helping us with that. It actually reminds me a little bit of Columbo in that capacity, where they aren't, they're not, where it's not often not concerned about, and this is this portion, and then this portion, and then this portion, where clear, distinct act breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Finding the body is massive act break, and then implicating Eva is a major act break.
Right.
And then we got a lot of other shit to also still do.
Mm-hmm.
I like this episode. So of the 22 episodes of season 3 or season 4 rather, this is in my top 10, I would say. There's a lot of really good stuff in here, and the other 9 are magnifique.
Yeah.
The reason I like this is largely the women's performances. I like that the women are all different.
Yeah.
And how they are responding is all very different, and yet clinical, and yet emotional. It's not simply the wife having motivation about her daughter, and also being fairly subdued after her husband's death.
Yeah.
I think is very interesting when she's not when we would expect someone to be sobbing or happy.
Yeah.
Stoic. No, it's conflicting. That's a conflicted woman right there. Her life is suddenly in a massive upheaval because this guy who has been such a driving force of so many women's lives is now gone. All of these women are affected by that.
Every single one. Yeah.
I like the Lou Waters character because again, I like the choices that they give her and how decisive she is and how it just completely unravels and she just can't fix it.
Yeah.
And shit, I didn't mean to implicate Eva, but now I've got to lean into that to protect myself. Because now she's not just going to be admitting to murder, everyone's going to find out why.
Right.
And so there's a humiliation aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to see it.
Eva, I like that she isn't this strong-willed Jessica Walter type business bitch. I like that this is new and exciting and fresh for her, and yet she's still a woman of a certain age, and she still has this naivete, and yet strong-willed and perspective of wanting to just fucking do this, and finally everything's having to end now this. I like that in her. It is interesting, and I like the mistress for being complicated as well, and I like that she's not a bitch or a villain in the strictest of senses.
No.
Where again, she's not treated like a Jessica Walter, Adrienne Barbeau kind of toughness.
No, there's not a bitch here,
which we're
right.
No, there's really not. There's not even really a femme fatale.
No.
Because also partially because the women aren't sexualized, which is also really interesting. For a show about fashion and about there still is a woman's lens. There's a softness about this. It's not exploitative.
Oh yeah.
This is a cozy version of a 2 gunshot murder.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
those women backstage
Um,
dressing, it's very business. It's very, we're doing something here. We're creating a moment. It's
right.
not about
The maids are
sexualizing
the
the women.
reason that people know anything.
Yes.
The maids twice give conclusive clues. So I really appreciate the feminist thrust
Right.
of this episode.
Right. I mean, there
And
really are two
Jessica,
men. Well,
yeah,
I guess our Peter is also, but he's kind of one of the girls, right? In a
he's
way.
one of the girls.
Yeah.
He's one of the girls.
And so we have the victim and we have the inspector. There's also an assistant officer who doesn't do much here, but
No.
this is not for the men. And
And
even Inspector
yeah,
Panassier has a flamboyance that's not machismo or
right,
mask, right?
right. He never
Yeah.
says you're stupid because you're a woman, which is a
No,
complete 180 from our last episode.
exactly.
And I think that one of the reasons that Jessica steps back is because she is surveying what is occurring and
Yeah.
she's not in control. And while
Hmm.
that is off kilter for us, I appreciate it because she can't be more involved without completely messing up two parts, the two universes that take place in this
Hmm.
episode, which
Yeah.
is France and the fashion world. She has no place in either of those. So
No.
she's us. And if she had a more
Right.
assertive role, I think that wouldn't make sense.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I fully understand that that's not satisfying to everybody.
Hmm.
I like it in this regard because I buy it. And because the rest of the folks are doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and therefore what she's doing, this is one of her most Miss Marples, where
Yeah.
she's
I can see that.
surveying and then jumps in when she needs to, as opposed to Margaret Rutherford, who got involved.
Right.
Jessica's Miss Marple is not that Miss Marple.
No. And you're absolutely right.
So
She is surveying. Even most of the work she's doing in this episode is on her face
is watching.
without speaking, whether that's
She has a
reacting
lot of
to
good
the
face in this
show.
episode.
She does a lot of reacting to our inspector, right? I think she's trying to figure him out the whole time. Like, who is this? Who is this guy? So,
Haven't I met you once or twice before?
oh,
And again, I
wait a
think,
second. Look at that picture in the back, by the way, here.
oh
Does,
yeah,
does that not look like the picture in It that
it
Stanley
is.
finds in the attic?
It
Is it the
is.
same
It's that
picture?
is that's the same artist.
Yeah.
Who was the artist? Hang on, artist, portraits.
Spooky. Very ghosty. Muschietti.
Is that it?
No. No, he oh, that's the director of It. He created the flute lady character, but it's based on a Modigliani print, which is what that is. Interesting.
Italian. Interesting indeed.
Hmm.
So he worked mainly in France, but he was known for surreal elongation of faces, necks, and figures.
Hmm.
Yep, yep. Very distinctive uh,
Very.
style, and yeah, I like him a lot. Actually,
Yeah.
I think he does really cool shit.
Yeah. Well,
Better than some of the artwork that I've seen in hotels.
you want a nice
Yeah,
landscape?
so I'm I'm pleased with it. It is an odd first episode. It's a little less odd when we're watching them in this sort of delayed marathon
Yeah.
capacity
Yeah.
because we really are watching these folks in sequence as we talk, but we're familiar with them, and in a lot of cases we watch them for homework right before
Hmm.
we talk about them. But if we are watching season 3 and it immediately goes into this, no question. It's just part of the deal, part of the show.
Just moves right through.
Moves right through. So I
Yeah.
think it's a very indicative of a midway episode, and it really does show that we're still. I mean, this very easily could have been in season 3.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
Yeah, this could have been the finale of season 3, and we wouldn't
It's
have
not
batted an
distinct
eye.
in any way. Yeah. This is the first premiere episode that's not particularly distinct.
And there are some bizarre ones, like season 5. Our opening episode is when she goes to jail and they think she's an
Hmm.
agent. The Athens episode of season 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some choices There's no choice. There's one, I forget which season it is. There's one season where she's not even in the finale, technically.
Hmm.
It's a Haggerty episode. It might be six.
Oh.
Yeah, the Sicilian Encounter, season six. It ends with him, and she's barely in the episode before that too. It's such a
Yeah.
weird season six is a companion piece to season three. I really think so. So, well,
Oh, at the end.
that was a fashionable way to die. When next we visit Jessica, we return to Cabot Cove, so we'll have our first episode of Cabot Cove for
Back
season
to the
four.
Cove.
It also features the return of John Glover, who we've seen before in Murder, She Wrote. It is so one of our colleagues in the Murder, She Wrote discussion crowd, Pushing Up Roses, did a video on that episode. So I'll link to that accordingly. I believe she cited it as the least liked episode. Either she did a Reddit deep dive or she did some sort of research. I forget. I'd have to watch the video
Fascinating.
again. But she chose to highlight that episode because it is one of the lesser rated. And I think unfairly. But we'll get to
we're
it
gonna
next
give our
week.
take on it. Yeah. Yeah. That'll be
Yeah.
fun.
It's a complicated one. It is a complicated one.
Yeah.
It's not as fun. I will say that.
It's not. It's kind of a downer.
Yeah. But you know what? We've done those before and we've had
I
a lot
get
of fun
it.
doing them. So
Sometimes they're more fun when we discuss.
it's true. Well,
Alrighty.
I like this little trip to France with you. I think we've all learned something.
monsieur. I would like a croissant
Givenchy,
with
move
butter.
over.
Fermé. Soir. I'm just saying words now.
Now, yeah. Le petit fromage. Well, I'm Victor Devon.
I am petrified.
And
And
this was what's tonight? How do you say tonight? On Nadeshi Ro. How do you say that?
Let me see. Let me see. We're gonna translate right now.
On the fly, everybody. It's what kind of performers we are.
And this was Ce soir, elle est écrite sur le meurtre. That's so bad.
It probably should be reversed.
Ce soir. Oh, truly.
It should be what's the first
Elle est
of course
écrite
ce soir.
sur le meurtre. Ce soir.
Ce soir. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Ce
Ce
soir.
soir. American. Pin.